Hello YouTubers, Manny here from Manny's How To Workshop with a video today on how I built this wheelchair accessible ramp for a customer of mine who unfortunately has become wheelchair bound due to health issues. So basically she asked if I could build this for her, and the dimensions that I needed was 36 by 48. So it's 36 going across, 48 up and down. And I used all pressure treated material, obviously, because it's going to be outside. Plus, there's not really an overhead, like a what do you call it, canopy leading into the apartment. So this is going to be exposed to the elements. That's why it's pressure treated. So basically, the height of the threshold is 4 3/4 inches. So the ramp is 4 3/4 inches right here, down to 0 over there on that side. And I did all the bracing, and I'm going to flip it over and show you guys how I did the bracing for it, so that it's really sturdy. Because I decided to go with 1/2 inch plywood, because 3/4 inch, yeah, I could have used 3/4 inch, would have made it extra heavy. Plus 3/4 inch plywood is like almost 75 bucks a sheet, and I'm trying to save a little bit of money. So I decided just to use more framing in order to support the plywood, so that the span, when somebody walks up down the middle, or a wheelchair is going up, it's got support where it needs it. So here's a front view, or rather a back view of what it looks like. Okay, there's a little shadow there, but so you can see in the corner, it's recessed back just a little bit. I have to guess about 2 inches to where that first cross member right there goes across, and it's actually part of the frame. And you can see it's only 1/2 inch plywood, right? And there's a view from the other side right here. So if I had to guess at the angle, I would say that's probably about a 15-degree slope, which is it's a nice smooth incline, and it's not gonna make it more difficult. So the further out you go, the least the slope becomes. If I was up close, then it would be a steeper slope. But this way it's easy. And I believe she has a motorized wheelchair, so it should be more than plenty to go, for that to go up. And you got to think about the person's weight plus the weight of the wheelchair, and that's where you got to come up with a way to make sure it's nice and sturdy. So for me, I'm pushing about 205, and just me walking on it felt very sturdy, with no issues. There was no give on the platform. And to secure the decking, or the plywood, I used 1 5/8 deck screws. These are exterior grade screws, and all the way around, up and down the middle, and across, like right there, starting right there, going across, basically where all the cross members are going across. Okay, so let me pick this up for you, and I'll show you the back side and what it looks like. So this thing by itself probably weighs around 45 to 50 pounds. So just bear with me real quick. I'm just going to lean it up against my truck real quick. All right. So basically, that's what the back side looks like. Okay. As I was saying, this is a 2x4 pressure treated, and these were 2x4 pressure treated here on both sides. These are 2x4 pressure treated. All the angle pieces right there, and down to nothing, pretty much 0. So you can see that there's about I want to say, what did I measure? So it's 36, so it's about half would be 18, so minus inch and a half, so about 15 3/4 is the gap right here on both sides. And the span here is a little bit more going this way, but this is also at the ground level, so that lip is almost touching the ground pretty much. So anything going up here, which is going to be the wheelchair, is going to have support, especially here, because this is going to be at ground level. And that right there is going to be a ground level. This is going to be a ground level. That's going to be a ground level. And then, of course, up there. So what it allows me to do is, once I install it in place, and if, you know, once the customer gives me some feedback, I can always come back and add more, what do you call it, stiffener, like in between, if I need to, like right in the middle, exactly where about the wheel is going to go up, so that, like right here too, so that way, you know, when it's going up, when she's going up, the middle part is not going to sink in a little bit. I think the 1/2 inch plywood is thick enough that it won't have a lot of give per se. So, but we'll see. Yes, and normally you wouldn't put this flat, because that's where it bends more. You would put it on the edge, but it's a short span, so I think that's going to be fine. But like I said, if I need to, I can always come back and add stiffeners that will be on the edge, so that, you know, it's going to be added support. But like I said, I think this is going to work out just fine. So here it is. Like I said, it can get painted later. They didn't request for me to paint it. You know, save a little bit more on that. And but if they wanted to paint it later, then I can always come back and, you know, but you gotta wait a couple of days of just sun, no rain, because if you get rained on, obviously pressure treat is going to take a while to cure and dry, so you need to do that. You can't paint on wet wood. It just won't allow it to get on there. You know, probably you're going to want to put a primer on there first and then come back and hit it with another coat, because if I was to wait on this, I'd have to wait about 2 weeks for this to cure and dry, and then go ahead and what do you call it, and put my paint on there. Oh, one other thing that I think you guys already saw at the beginning of the video is that I went ahead and added some what do you call it, traction pads, which normally these you would put on stair treads, you know, for like inside the house or something, and it just glues right down. So pretty much I just measured and placed them, you know, evenly. But yes, people are going to walk down the middle, and this is just to help if it's raining and it's wet and she's got to drive up there, that the wheels will have something to grab on. Yes, I could have put the much wider ones on there, but like I said, that's also can be an add-on for later. Once again, trying to save them some money. But anyway, as always, guys, thanks for watching. Please rate, comment, subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. Also, don't forget to hit the bell notification to get notified of when I upload new videos. Thanks, and I'll catch you on the next one.